postpartum. Why do I always start my videos like this? But postpartum, it's not easy. Like, postpartum, you see some changes and you're like, oh my God, why didn't anybody tell me this? Like, I cannot tell you guys how many times I would say, what, nobody told me this. See, and then the funny thing is, sometimes some of the things you start feeling like, is this happening only to me? Is this only me? Like, wait, oh, is this only me? Is it me and other people? Like, what is going on in here? So today I'm going to talk about those things that nobody told me about postpartum. Okay, nobody told me about, oh, can I, after you've had a baby, this is how it's going to be. This is how you're going to feel. This people did not tell me this part. I was just discovering, and I'm like, oh my God, like, oh my God. So if you like to see this, just keep watching. Guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kenna and I am a mom of 3 cutest babies, sharing my motherhood journey with you. So if you're a mom and you like to listen to motherhood content, you like to watch motherhood content, you just like homemaker content, this is a channel for you because we do all that here. I'm going to tell you those things that no one told me about postpartum. So the first thing I'm going to tell you that happened to me, I'll be telling you guys about what happened to me that I was shocked and I'm like, this is not happening. Your feet, you live from a size 39 to size 45 if you're not careful. See guys, I don't know, there are certain people who have children and their feet remain the same, but I don't know how come. It's like when you start having children, you keep growing. Because even till now, I feel like my feet are still getting bigger. Before I had a baby, I was somewhere between size 39 to size 40. Things were good. I was happy. Oh my God, my cute little feet. And that's something. Size 39, size 40 are those sizes that you always find shoes in. Like I always had beautiful shoes. I think I left from the 39, 40 to I was a stable 40. And I'm like, okay, it's not bad. I can deal with this. It's just size 40. Then I had Monique. I left from 40 to 40.5, 41. I had Myra. I went to 41. Then I went back to 40. My leg has been doing this basically. So I went to 41. Later on, I started wearing 40 again. And then of recent, my feet have been adding. Because I have shoes that my sister left for me. My sister's feet are bigger than my feet. So now, those shoes that she left for me are fitting me properly. At the end of the day, I don't know what size I wear. So when I'm buying from Shein or I'm buying anywhere, I prefer to measure my legs because I don't know my size at this point. I'll see some shoes and it's like, oh, 40, it's just okay. 41, it's okay. I've not reached 42, but I feel like my feet are growing and guys, it's such a nightmare. Yeah, that came with having the baby. The next one is hunger pangs. See, before having the baby, I could stay 2 days without eating and I will not feed it like that. But when I had my children, first of all, from the pregnancy, when I get hungry, it's like I'm going to collapse, I'm going to die, my life is over. Sometimes I can even cry. I thought, no, it's just for the pregnancy, but that continued. These days, when I feel hungry, it's like I'm going to go crazy. I'm cranky. I feel horrible, and that's something that I never used to feel like before. And this is even worse when you're breastfeeding. When you're breastfeeding, if you breastfeed when you haven't eaten or you're not properly hydrated, you start feeling dizzy. It's horrible. Nobody told me about that. Everybody was just like, no, breastfeeding is painful. They did not tell you the part of if you are not well fed or well hydrated, you're going to feel horrible. No one told me that. So when I started experiencing that, I was like, oh my God. See, having a baby, it's not easy. And I feel like these are things that people have to talk about. These are things that people have to talk more about so that when you're experiencing it, you're like, oh, this is what I was expecting. At least I heard about this somewhere. I heard about that somewhere. I did not hear anywhere. So this happening to me, it was such a huge shock. I'm like, still on breastfeeding. Nobody told me the real pains that come with it. I honestly felt like the real pain was the baby biting your nipple and you're screaming, oh my God, the nipple is paining. But that was not it. I did not even feel that part. Like my kids did not always bite my nipple It was not that bad. It was just gum. It was not that bad for me. The painful part is when your boobs are, my small oranges became watermelons, and then they are swollen and they are paining, and sometimes the baby doesn't just want to eat. I used to feel like, oh my, come and eat, come and suck and reduce this thing, and sometimes the baby doesn't want to. Your boobs get swollen. Sometimes you cannot lie down, you cannot sleep, it aches. And then for you now to express it, how they could say this thing, pumping it with the breast pump, it's not easy, it's painful. That whole process is so painful. Under the video I did, the review of breast pump, a lot of girls came under and they're like, oh, when I'm pumping the milk, it's so painful, it's so painful. It's part of the thing. For some people, it's not that painful. For me, it was not that painful. But I've seen people who have a hard time with it. It's so painful. You cannot sleep, the aches, the pain. Nobody told me about that part. Everybody was just like, the baby will be hungry now. You just give once here and there. The baby will bite your nipple. You cry a bit. It's not even that painful. It's not that bad. No one told me about this part. And that's not all. When it comes now to the point when the baby has finished breastfeeding and then you want to wean the baby, this part is the most painful part. It's the part that will make you scream and scream because it gets so swollen, so painful, and you cannot give the baby. That's why some women find it difficult to wean the child, because when they start feeling that pain, they're just like, please come back, come and suck, let the thing just stop paining, right? My God, guys. I don't miss that pain. I do not miss that pain at all. It was so painful. For Caden, I had to experience all the pain because you have to leave it like that for days. It's going to pain, it's going to ache. You have to take pain medications. It does that and then it gets dry and then it now calms down. It takes you like a week. So for Caden, I was just taking only painkillers. It was difficult. But when it came to Myra and Monique, by then I talked to people about it. I talked to people about my experience. And then my aunt had told me about bitter cola. She just told me that when I'm weaning the baby, what I could do with bitter cola was chew it, use the water of the bitter cola, rub it on my palms, put it on the boobs, and it was not going to pain. And that's what I did for the rest of the kids. And it did not pain at all. Nobody told me about how your boobies will look like after. Like, okay, people told me that, oh, your breasts are going to sag. No one told me that when you have little boobs like mine and they become gigantic, I don't know what I was expecting. Some of these things just happen and you're like, I did not think about it. I'm like, okay, so now I've become a big boob girl, right? Oh, my boobs are now big. I did not know that after, see, I don't, and I feel so bad that I don't really have videos of me when I'll try to look for videos when I just give birth or when I'm pregnant. I have boobs, like not these little pimples. I have boobs. So somewhere in my head, I thought, okay, so now if I don't know breast size, if I'm small, if I was a small, now I'll become large. Yes, there will not be milk in it, but the boobs will remain. No, it felt like, you know, when you inflate a balloon, the best hits a big balloon, it just becomes like that. My boobs went back to the size it was. So imagine something that had become this big, it just, it became like that. It was small. See, before it was perky, right? It's no longer perky. So now it's flat. I have to wrap it, and then put granules. But anyway, I've talked about shea butter. Rubbing shea butter on it makes it fuller. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing and it feels better. But no one told me. I don't know. I never really had that conversation with anybody about how it would look. I know, yes, saggy boobs. I heard about saggy boobs, but I did not understand how it was going to look like. Maybe it's mine that is looking like an inflated balloon, but that's definitely how it looked now. And no one told me about it. I was just like, okay. Another thing that no one told me about was that your hair was going to be better. I was one of those people that my hair became better. When I was pregnant, my hair was lustrous and thick. Oh my God, my hair was growing fast. And I feel like even after that, my hair did not change. My hair just became better with kids and all that. There are certain people who tell you that after having the kid, after some time, the hair starts starts going back to the way it was, oh, it's not that good, but mine has stayed. My hair has been fuller and better. The next thing I'm going to talk about is sleep. Okay, people will tell you things like, when you have a baby, it's because the baby is crying, you're not going to sleep as much as you used to do. Yes, that is true, but no one told me that it's going to interrupt or disrupt your sleep habits forever and ever. I don't know about other people, but this is what happened to me. After having a baby, one, I can sleep anywhere, anytime. As in, I can sleep in a nightclub, I can sleep anywhere, I can sleep standing, sitting, in any position I can sleep, because as a mom now, I'm always really, really exhausted. Before, the slightest noise, I'll wake up. The slightest, as in, if I'm sleeping and you touch a pin, I'm waking up. If I'm sleeping and you're making noise, I could not. When I had children, everything changed. Right now, I can sleep, like guys, as long as I'm tired and it's time to sleep, I can sleep anywhere. Before, if I sleep in the night and I wake up, like you interrupt my sleep, I wake up, I'll not be able to sleep till until. That is not the case now. These days, I sleep, I wake up in the middle of the night, I walk around the house, go and pee, sometimes go and take a little snack, turn around, and go back and sleep like nothing happened. I can be sleeping, you come and tap me, ask me a question, I give you the answer, and I continue sleeping. Before, I was not like that. That is something that came with having kids that I'm like, wow, okay. I never knew I was going to be like this, but I think I prefer this more, because now I'm not too bothered about, oh, I'm going to struggle to sleep and all that. No, sleeping to me is just like this. You just have to, and I've slept. Anyway, guys, I wanted to end this video just with the bad things, but since I'm here with Karen and she's such an annoying person, I'm going to try to talk about the good parts. I think I've done a video about the good things, but let me just add this to this one. So we see. First of all, the first thing that I can talk about it from now to next year is having babies. Oh my God, gave me the curves. See guys, when I look at my old pictures, I'm like, now who this? I was just like this. I'm like, how did people used to find me attractive? Like, what were you people seeing? I started questioning all the people that used to find me attractive back in the day. Like, what were you looking at? To be very honest, guys, I feel prettier now than when I did not have children. So people would might not agree, but for me, when I look at myself now, I feel more confident, except for the slippers boobies. But for every other thing, I feel more confident, because yes, I used to have bum, but my bum was not bumming. It was just a normal cute bum. Then I had Myra, guys. When I was pregnant for Myra, the doctor told me that Myra was sitting on my bum. So I just discovered that when I was pregnant for Myra, my bum was adding and adding and adding. And since then, guys, my bum, people who knew me from back then, they're like, Kenna, why are you coming from a bum? We know that, yes, you used to have, it's not like you were flat. You just had a normal bum, but now the bum is bumming. Like, what happened? So for that, when I look at my kids, I'm just like, oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for giving me curves. So that's the biggest thing. And I know that a lot of people, a lot of women will always tell me that they cannot relate to that part, because for them, having children, they had now big tummy and flappy body. But to me, that's the best thing my kids did to me. What else would I say they did? No, when it comes to physical, nothing. That for me, that's the biggest and the best thing. I'll keep talking about, because it makes me so happy. Anyway, what are those things that changed for you as a mom when you had kids? What are those things that changed? Let me know. Let's talk more in the comment section. Can you relate with some of my points, or to you, you're just like, I cannot relate at all? And also, after I had kids, another thing that I started having were pimples. I never used to be that person that has pimples. But when I had kids, I started having pimples. When my period is coming, I'll have pimples. I never used to. So I feel like that's something. Can you relate? Did that happen to you? Because all through my life, all through my 27 years, I would barely have pimples. Never, never, never. Then I had kids, and then I started having pimples. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let's talk more, and I am going to see you on my next one. Okay? Bye.